Hello, hello everybody. Allie here. Just give me a second to make sure that I got you guys up on the screen. Da-da-da-da. There we are. Perfect, perfect. All right. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to all our replay members today. Don't forget, today is Concord and 9th Savings Day over at Scrap and Stamp. And you can get 20, I think it's 20% off today on Concord and 9th. 1 second here. So today, obviously, we're going to play with a Concord and 9th stamp set. 25% on Concord and 9th. So, not only do we have the sale, but there's prizes involved with commenting on today's video. So, to win, all you have to do is comment on this video to win. And we'd love to hear what you think of your Concord and 9th stuff. Is there something on your wish list that you'd like to purchase from the Concord and 9th company? We would love to hear what you have on your wish list from this company, because it's fabulous. It has an amazing array of stamps and dies and all kinds of other products too. But today we are going to be playing with this cute bundled up stamp set. This stamp set also has a coordinating die, but today we're just using our stamp set. So, all right, I think we're just going to get on with things today. Hi, Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. I had fun with these cards. I think this stamp set is actually brilliant, because if you're not a colorist, this stamp set is for you. If you like to collect lots of colors of ink, but you're not like a pencil crayon user or an alcohol marker user, this stamp set is right up your alley. Because, let's kind of uncover it here. This stamp set has the outline images, and then every single part of it has a solid stamp. So for instance, this is his hair, this is his face, he's got both mittens, he's got every other stripe on his scarf, he has his jacket, his pants, and his boots. So you don't have to color anything. Yeah. It's probably easier if I put something white underneath it. But it's so cute. There is tons and tons of sentiments. And then you've got the little girl as well. Same concept. The other thing too is that if you didn't want to do the outline, you can do everything here as a solid stamp. And there's even your face image that you can put on your little boy or little girl. So it's brilliantly designed. And there's sentiments for birthday, just, you know, friendship, sending love, I like you, super cute. And then there's some banner stuff, and these are banner ends to make it look like a flag with a flagpole, some hearts, some swirls, some snowflakes. Yeah, this stamp set is brilliant. So again, don't forget to comment today on the video, and you have a chance to win a prize. Yay for prizes. All right, let's get started here. We are going to start by stamping our people. And I think today we're going to make today's video fairly short. I am going to give away one card. Hi, Holly. You're not late, honey. You're good. We're just going to put one person on. So, for those of you that are here and watching, do you want to tell me little boy or little girl on today's card? Little boy or little girl on today's card? That's what I want to know, because that's what we're going to stamp. If I can get my magnet to come up. Okay. There we go. There we go. Little boy or little girl. Hi, Denise. Hi, Teresa. How is everybody on this fine Sunday? It's cold here in Medicine Hat today. So, yeah, so this is what our characters look like. So we have a little boy or a little girl. What do you guys want me to stamp today? Teresa says girl. I'll wait for a few more votes and then we'll get started. Denise says girl. It is a cute set, Denise. It is. Little boy, little girl. And I had fun with the colors. Yeah, we're going to use some Catherine Pooler inks today. Just because I have them all. And it's easier when you have a wide variety of inks to pick from, right? Exactly. Yep. So I get 2 picks for girl. So you know what? I'm going girl. Okay. So we are going to start with the outline. Okay. So we're going to peel this little baby up. Let's see if we can bring you guys in a little bit here. Let's bring the camera in. Hang on. I got to stand up. Otherwise I can't see. Okay. There we go. We're good. Okay. I had my nails done just for you guys. Look. Glittery green for Christmas. They have like funky sparkles in them. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to use black ink because we're not wetting anything. I'm just going to use my VersaFine Black Onyx. Just because it gives a really nice crisp. Yes, sparkly. I tend to have sparkly nails. I don't know why. I think they look better. Okay. So we're just stamping out her outline. And she is just the cutest little thing. I love her little buns. Okay. We're going to quickly just wipe down our stamp with our stamp chamois from Lawn Fawn, which I probably couldn't stamp without. Let's peel off the blacker to make this easier. Okay. So today, let me just pull out my colors here. Today we are going to be using yes, that's it. We're going to be using this as our color palette. So some purples, greens, and this is kind of like a bluey green. We're eventually going to pull in our glam too. If we're going to do that for our background. Okay. So if you're just arriving, I'm giving away at least 1 card today. So make sure that you comment on the live event. And at the end, I will pick 1 lucky winner and I'll send them today's card in the mail. So, oh, thanks, Holly. All right. Let's start. I'm going to start with her jacket. I tend to start with the jacket just because it's the largest image and it kind of sets the tone. And then we kind of go from there as to what our accessories are going to be for colors and things like that. Okay, I'm pushing up. So these stamps are very detailed because if you look through the stamp, and you guys will never see this on camera, but there is a void for her scarf, so it doesn't stamp her scarf, and it doesn't stamp the little buttons, and it almost has guidelines for like her coat and that. Because the stamp is much bigger than the actual image, you just use all those line details underneath to line up her jacket and her buttons and that. So you just line it up. And thank God for positioning tools, because I would be lost because I can never quite line things up with my eyeball. I do so much better when I can finagle it. So we're going in with 16 candles first. And you could absolutely do this. This would be really cute, like as an ombre. You could definitely do that with your stamps. There we go. That's looking pretty good. I'm just looking for even color today. Holly. I won a couple. Oh, Holly, the mail has been really slow. So there's stuff from November that hasn't arrived. It's all a waiting game right now. I had somebody else contact me last night, and seriously, everything is just so slow. So you'll just have to be patient. It is on its way. What you busy doing there, Denise? Are you making cards? Are you getting ready for Christmas? Okay, I'm lining up her boots. So the key to this one is, like, you can see the insides of her boots, so you just have to make sure that you don't have those insides of her boots on her legs. It's hard to explain without being able to see it, yes. Okay, we're going to do Uptown for her boots. Yes, this is a fantastic way to color. So if you're not a colorist, this is a wonderful stamp set for doing just that. And I have got a little tiny bit of ink on my magnet, so I'm just, before I go and transfer it anywhere else, I'm just going to wipe it down. Because guaranteed, all I have to do is touch that magnet and we've got Uptown ink somewhere where I don't want it. You guys know how it is, right? Okay, we're going for scarf here. So for their scarves, the stamp is designed to do every other stripe on the scarf. So again, I apologize if you get a headshot, but I got to be able to kind of see over top to make sure that I'm lined. It likes to stick to my nails, so. Oh, I'll show you this trick. Okay. So if you've got something like really sticky, like your stamp set is new and you're trying to, oh, where's my tool here? If you're trying to get things into position without it sticking like to your fingers or something else. Bye, Denise. Have a good one. Just use an eraser from a pencil and just push it into position, because stamps won't stick to an eraser. You can just use the one like on the end of your pencil. Okay. The stamp won't stick to the eraser, so you can put it into position. Okay. Just a one hot little tip for you. Okay. We're going to use Uptown on her scarf too. Whee! There we go. And see how I said it colors every other? It's so cool. So you can go in if you wanted to and color up the other sides, like the other stripes, but you don't have to. Okay, so what we have left are earmuffs and gloves. Let's do her gloves first. Oh, and her pants, or you can use that as skin. You can do whichever. Company coming for Christmas. Anybody else having company for Christmas this year? All of my family, you know what, this glove goes on this side. All of our family lives in Ontario and we live in Alberta, and I haven't gone home for Christmas in a long time. It's too expensive. It's ridiculous. See, everything is sticking to my nails today. Ah, there's one. All right. There's two. Come on, little fella. Come on. Sometimes you have to talk to your stamps, don't you? Okay, we're going to do earmuffs at the same time because we're going to do the same color. So, I just have to turn this over because the one side of your earmuff is tucked behind her face. So you just have to put the right earmuff on the right side, on the correct side of her face. The other one is more round. This side is more round. Okay, there we go. We're picking up mitts and earmuffs. And I'm going to go martini on this one. I like this color combo, guys. It was super fun to work with. Oh my god, so cute. There we go. Of course, Stamp Chamois being your best friend. Okay. peeling, we're peeling. I like to put stuff back on my stamp set because otherwise things walk. You guys know all about that, right? Things get lost on your desk or stuck to something else and then you can't find them. Have you ever had that? Or they fall off your desk. I have like a couple of mini teeny tiny stamp sets that are stuck to my plastic storage bin right in front of right here, and I don't know what stamp sets they're from. I just stuck them there because it's like someday I'll figure out maybe where they come from. Okay, so she's got martini leggings on. Voila. Love, love, love. What do you guys think about this color combo? Was it something that you would go for? Kind of purples, greens, and kind of dark blues. I thought it was kind of fun. Okay, next we need to pull in a skin color. And for this skin and hair, we're going to use It's a Girl, Buttercream, and Sand Castle. So let's peel off her face. Yep, we're doing her face first. Okay, lining everything up. And like I said, these stamps actually have her eyes, nose, and mouth etched out of them, so you can really finagle them into the right spot so that you're matched up. Okay, Buttercream. It's a nice light neutral. And of course, if you need to darken things, you just layer over another inking of that color. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put 3 of those, and then I'm going to show you a trick. Okay. So I want her to have like a warm cheeks. So we're going to use It's a Girl. And I'm going to use a little sponge dauber. And I'm just going to sponge it on the cheeks of the stamp. So, and if you want it a little darker, you just do it again. Da, da, da. So you can build up your little cheek color. There we go. Ta-da! And now she has rosy cheeks, like she's been outside. Because obviously she's dressed for outside. Okay, let's do some hair. So, peeling off her face. Sharon, all you have to do is comment. Yeah, that's all you have to do to win is, just like it says here, comment to win. Okay, so we're lining up her hair. Okay, again, all those little details are etched into that stamp set, so it's really easy. Okay, I am going to do a little bit of buttercream as a base for her hair, just to kind of give her a blonde undertone. And then we're going to use Sandcastle. Okay. Sandcastle right over top. And if you want to, just to make like her just a little bit of extra color, I'm just going in just around this part, just to give a little bit more ink. And I'm going to use my finger. Actually, I should use a sponge here, or a brush. So this is how you soften your edges. Hi, Wanda. Okay, so to soften any edges, like a lined edge, just use your brush. And what it does is it kind of takes off that edge of ink. And so you don't get like a specific line from your ink pad. No, it's very subtle. You guys can't see it. There's no way. But there she is. She's already rocking her winter digs. And she's ready to go and play in the snow. So, I do not have the dies for this. So, I'm going to have to fussy cut. I'm just going to cut off a little bit of this to make it easier. So the key to great fussy cutting is to spin your image, not your scissors. Okay? your image needs to go in your less dominant or non-dominant hand, and your scissors need to go in your dominant hand. And all you're going to do is you're going to spin your image and not your scissors. And if you can, try to make your cuts long and even. Like, don't go rushing down the side of that image. Nice and even. And the longer your cuts, the better. The edges will just come out a lot smoother. And I'm going around her earmuffs here, and to make them still kind of look hairy, I am going in and out of those indicated fluff lines. That just helps maintain the look of that fluffy earmuff. So this is always about practice, because the more that you fussy cut, the better off you become, and you get to become more even with that white outer line too. Now, if you didn't want a white outer line, you can absolutely cut up along the outline. Okay, you kind of do what's easiest for you. The one thing is that when you come to cutting out details like her bangs that have come out or the fuzz, is that you almost have to leave that outline around it, because you'd never keep the detail of that hair. So sometimes it's just a better choice to give it that white outline. Alrighty. You have these stamps and dies. Yes, Sharon. The nice thing about them, even though they're winter themed, so you could make them Christmas. You could do Christmas colors and put Merry Christmas as a sentiment. There's all kinds of wonderful sentiments with this set. There's some birthdays, there's some love, there's all kinds of really unique ones. And that's why I kind of picked this one to share with you guys today, because I wanted to show you how adorable this stamp set was, and that you could definitely use it to make more than just a holiday card, because it's really not actually designed for a holiday. It's designed for everything else. All right. Hi, Cameron. Thanks for coming. Wanda says she's running around in Winnipeg grabbing a few presents. Yeah. Oh, and she's Ontario bound. Where are you headed in Ontario, Wanda? Okay, so now we're going to create a background for her. So let me just put my stamp set out of the way because it's in my way. And we're going to have fun. Put everything off to the side here where it doesn't get in the way. Now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to make her a purple background, because I think that will set her off just nicely. So to do that, I have cut down, this is kind of a little bit less than a card base size. This I think is 4 by 5 1/4. And we are going to make it our background. Okay, so I'm just using a piece of copy paper as my palette here. And I'm going to stick some skin cells to my paper, because that will allow me to pull this off a lot easier once we are done. Okay, so today we're going to use some Flirty Fuchsia and some Glam. Yes, they're gorgeous, gorgeous. We're going to start with our lightest, our Flirty Fuchsia. And we're going to put a base coat down. Okay. So you can use any kind of ink applicator to do this process. You could even start with a purple based cardstock if you wanted to. But I don't tend to carry colored cardstock in my stash, believe it or not. I only have a couple of lines, and I have very few of each color. Like I might have one sheet of a color. So I tend to make my own colored cardstock, hence why I love Catherine Pooler inks, because they're so juicy. And I have the refills for them, so I can add, if my pad gets a little dry, then I can add. See if I can get this to, hopefully it's focused now. And then I just make my own colored cardstock. And I find you can do a lot more techniques too. So I'm just going over everything. I'm coming from off the edge to the center of my cardstock, because I'm going to darken the edges anyway. And that way I get a more even distribution too. It also depends on what you're applying your ink with. I really like a brush for a settle. You could do ink pad to paper, like you can absolutely do whoop and make colored cardstock that way. But I find this just as satisfying to make it this way. So I'm just looking for fairly even. I kind of like the brush strokey look here. 1 second. I just want to refresh my page here. Oh, 1 second. I want to be able to see your comments, and it just stalled in front of me. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. That looks good. Now, I am going to go in with our darker, our glam, and we're going to darken the edges and the corners. So again, if you're on replay today, all you want to do is leave a comment on the video in the comment section below. Even if we're not live today, when you're watching, and you too can win a Concord and Ninth prize. I'm not sure what Rhea has picked out for you to win, but I know it'll be some amazing kind of goodie from Concord and Ninth today. Plus, don't forget that all Concord and Ninth products are now on sale for 25% off, and everything that is on sale is already marked off in the store. So you just have to visit the Concord and Ninth products, and things that are on sale are already indicated so in the shop. Oh, I like that. I like the way my brush is given texture. It's very cool. Okay, so before we go any farther, I want to use, and this time I'm going to use a little block today. And I'm going to pull off, there's a little teeny stamp set with 3 little snowflakes, and it's tiny, guys. And we're going to stamp all over our background today, using our Flirty Fuchsia and doing a tone on tone. So when you're doing a randomized background like this, make sure you flip and twist your stamp set so that it's not always going on in the same orientation. Okay, and make sure you go off your cardstock too. That's part of the reason why I like to work on like a scrap piece of paper, is so that I can stamp completely off my little piece of cardstock here. And I'm just kind of working my way down the cardstock, rotating my little stamp set. And in this case, a block is much, much faster than trying to attach it to your stamping platform. Absolutely. It's just so much faster. So, and if you work from like one spot and kind of go down, I think you have a better randomized pattern. And even though I know my little girl is going to go on top of this, I'm still doing the whole image, because I know otherwise it would look funny. The pattern, our own pattern paper would look funny in this instance if I didn't. Because you will find that you can make gaps with your pattern So if you just assume this is one solid piece of pattern paper, then you're just going to work every inch of it. In this case, with our little snowflakes, and I'm just going to double check my edges. Maybe we'll do one in the corner, and maybe one right there, and there. That looks all right to me. Perfect. And then we'll just stamp this off, and I'm going to clean this before we go. Hi, Dee. Hi, Linda. Yes, I love using the smaller stamps in a set to make my own pattern paper. It's my favorite part about a stamp set. And a lot of companies forget to put in the little tiny ones to make the backgrounds. Okay, I gotta clear my workspace because we're gonna do one more thing to this piece of paper before we go. And I gotta have stuff cleared because I'm gonna get stuff everywhere if I don't. Okay. So we're gonna bring in Gonzai Tombi metallic inks here. Now there's a whole variety of different kinds of Gonzai Tombi metallic inks in the shop. This just happens to be the only one that I have. We're going to use the white gold. So this is very pigmented ink because it's metallic. So I just have like a couple of sprays of water into my little container, and I'm mixing it up and trying to pick up as much pigmented pieces as possible, because if you don't, you don't get the white in this instance. Okay, so all I'm going to do is just use my finger, and I'm just hitting that brush against my finger. Okay, now I find if you want smaller spatter, use a smaller brush. Okay, it just means that you don't load big blobs of paint onto the bristles because you don't have as many bristles. So if you want finer splatter, use a finer brush. If you want bigger splatter, use a brush with more bristles to it. Now I always have in my stash a couple of toothbrushes. Yes, toothbrushes. And they are my favorite way to do fine splatter because the toothbrushes have so many fine little bristles. You just spray it across and they give you fine dots of color. And there it is. Okay, so for time's sake, I'm going to use my good old embossing heat gun, and I'm going to dry it. You do not have to do this. It just makes the drying process a lot faster. Especially those bigger blobs, like I have a couple of larger blobs of paint down there. There we go. And that's the one thing too, is if you have a finer splatter, it dries faster. Which is a win-win for me. Okay, so we have a glorious purple background for our little girl. Okay, I'm bringing in top folding A2 sized, woo! Top folding A2 sized card base. We're just gonna fold it. I'm not sure what you got. I tend to use a top folding. I like it because it sits better. And it presents your card a little bit better. So we're going to put this on. See how it's... Oh, it wasn't quite dry, but that's okay. This leaves a little bit of a white border. And I like that on my cards. It just sets everything off. And then we're going to put her on because she's just too cute. And now we need a sentiment. So, like I was saying, this stamp set has some amazing sentiments. Your kindness will keep me warm all winter long. I like that. So let's use this. And I like the font on this. Okay. Gonna bring in our stamp platform. We're gonna bring in a piece of white cardstock in this instance. Get rid of the fuzzy. I don't know about you. Sometimes my magnets give me trouble. They just don't want to come off. Okay. Just want to make sure this will go across the card. Yes, it will. Okay. And we're going to position this in our, I know this is 4.25, so it's going to fit right across my entire card, which is good. Okay. And because we used Uptown, let's bring in Uptown again for our sentiment. Here we go. Inking it up. And like I said, this card is super simple, super cute, and fairly fast. I mean, we started maybe at 5 after, and it's only taken 30 minutes so far to do this. So love this stamp set. Love, love, love. Okay. We're going to bring in our trimmer. She is adorable. Then I'm just going to trim it off. Just lining everything up here. There's we go. Okay. And I think I'm going to have it hang off there. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. Good old adhesive. I'm an over-adheser. I love my ATG. It's my favorite. Okay, then we're going to mount this sucker, leaving those white, that white mat around. Like I said, I like my cards framed. I don't know why. Are you guys the same way? Okay, and then we're going to put this little feller on. We're going to cover up the big bloob. Okay. And we're going to put this on. Ba-ba-da-da. And then we're going to make her extra fancy. And we're going to use some foam tape. Just going to grab skeezers. Skeezers. Yeah, I like frames. 20 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius? I'm trying to think. We are minus 20 something right now Celsius. It's chilly willy here. And we have more snow this year than we've had the whole time I've lived here. We've lived here for 4 years. Medicine Hat. And we've never... We tend to get snow, it gets warm, the snow disappears, and then it's, you know, you'll have a few weeks of green grass, if you can call it green grass, but grass showing, and then we'll get a snow again. But this year, we have been inundated with snow, which is not typical for our area, even though we are Canadian and well above you guys in the States. For our area, this has been a snowy month. So one more piece. Like I said, I'm an over-adheser. Yeah, we're gonna have to trim this sucker off. There we go. And I just save my little itty bitty pieces for another project. I just stick them right to the roll. Oh, come on, little fella. You gotta peel off. Okay. like I said, we're making her super easy. And you know what? We're going to offset her. There. Because she doesn't have to be in the center. Right. And there we go. That's today's card using today's Concord 9th. And this is the bundled up stamp set. And some Catherine Pooler inks. You can never have enough adhesive. Yes. 12 degrees in Idaho. Brr. Yeah. Sharon says, the high today was 66 in my area of Southern California. I'm wearing a big wool coat in the house. Oh no. 66 is well above minus 20. Let me tell you. Well, thank you so much to everybody who joined me live today. As soon as we're done, I will post one winner of today's card and I'll send that to you in the mail. And don't forget that we're also doing a Concord 9th giveaway today. If you're here live or on the replay, please leave a comment in the comment section below and a winner will be chosen. Can't remember the date you have, but you still have quite a few days to enter. So thanks for joining me, and I wish you guys all a very, very Merry Christmas. I will not be here next Sunday as it is Christmas and I'm taking it off. So I wish you all the best and stay warm, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the new year. Bye, guys.